What's going on, guys? It's me, Dreamliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have the Airliners International 2023 haul video for you guys. I'm super excited to dive down into this haul video. This is my first time doing some kind of like haul video from Airliners, and of course with my first Airliners International being DFW in 2023 from June 22nd to June 24th. I think I may have got a lot of aviation memorabilia, but more on models to be exact. But that's the thing, because I'm excited to dive down into all these aviation memorabilia that are inside this booty bag. And yeah, I'm just super excited. Of course, with my recent, somewhat recent trip to Airliners, of course I had a trip after that. I made a lot of memories, from all like the spotting and all collecting models and aviation memorabilia, from time cards to safety cards. Wow, that was like literally fun. And yeah, glad I get to enjoy Airliners 2023 for the first time. And here I am after like my trip. Well, it's already like August around this time, but I kind of like had a recent trip to Asia. Of course, that's why I kind of like hold this off, but I'm excited to dive down into these models and other aviation memorabilia. And man, it's super exciting to like do this. I also have like an upcoming mass unboxing 10. Well, like another mass unboxing. Yeah, I kind of like spoiled it. Mass unboxing 10, which is going to be the Airliners International. It's just all models, but there's also models in this video as well. Except it's just like more on memorabilia and some models, of course. But other than that, I'm just super excited to dive down into this haul video. The Airliners mass unboxing 10 is going to be like coming somewhere like Q4 of 2023 as of this recording. So yeah. But other than that, I'm just super excited to dive down into the haul video, and without wasting further time, let's dive down into what I got during the Airliners International 2023 convention in Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. So I think what I want to start with first is like try to like start off with the small stuff while throwing in a little bit of like other stuff as well. But mainly I'm gonna be starting off with the small stuff first. So let's get started with the small items first. Alright everybody, let's get the show on the road. Let's start off with some small items that I got during the convention, along with some other like postcards as well. Well, somewhat postcards, but let's start off with the small items. So let's start off with some like business cards. So here's my first business cards. I got a total of 3. Let's start off with a Texan Airplane store. So here it is. This is the Texan Airplane store right there. Nick Anderson, who runs the store, great guy to talk to during the convention. And yeah, I got a couple of models from the Texan Airplane store that I also have in this video as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend going for the Texan Airplane store, Texan Airplane store, But yeah, here's all like the business cards, like business stuff right there. So yeah, you could go follow the Texan Airplane store. They also have an Instagram as well. And you could go check out the website right here. So www.texanairplanestore.com. And yeah, they provide some very nice models as well. Next up, we had the Flyman models. Now, this is where I got a couple of models from them. So as you can see, here's Flyman models. Hang on, I need to make sure. Okay, just making sure there's something at the back. But here's the Flyman models business card right there. FlymanModels.com, GeminiJets authorized retailer. And yeah, a very interesting store. And here on the back, it features like the GeminiJets 25th anniversary. So very cool GeminiJets models from the UPS MD-11, Flagship Valor, Poppy the Prairie Dog, Freedom 1, and the 1-200 and 225 right there. So very cool. Next up, I decided to like go for this business card as well. It's a Ming Lee Accessories, or Associates, never mind. Yeah, Associates. So Ming Lee Associates. And yeah, it's quite an interesting like retailer from the LA area. And they like get models from Dragon Wings, GeminiJets, Herpa, and Starjets. And yeah, very interesting. Here's their eBay listings right here, so quite interesting right there. And yeah, so these are all like the 3 business cards I have. And another card that I also have is from, what is this website? Photo Enrichments. Yeah, so here's the Photo Enrichments right here. So this is kind of like, you get your 50% off AI DFW. So this is Airliners DFW. Unfortunately, as of this recording, the discount code is already expired. So it expires on July 31st. And yeah, unfortunately I couldn't get like a discount. I would love to get more like stuff from them. And yeah, so here's their card right here. And yeah, unfortunately I can't go for the discount. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, those are all the cards right there. Now let's move on to some magnets. Okay, so now moving on to some magnets I got during the convention. And I got a couple of magnets And speaking of photo enrichments, they're also from photo enrichments as well. So let's start off with a couple of like the rectangular ones, like the not so big, like long rectangular ones, but I got a couple of these magnets. So let's start off with the San Francisco sectional chart. So this is very cool right here. So you got like the airport SFO right there. So this is San Francisco, California. You also got like yeah, this is like the VOR DME right here, so you can see all like the information right here, and this is like the Morse code right there for SFO, and yeah, this is where all like the VOR stations would be, and yeah, it's a very cool sectional chart cut out for SFO Airport. Of course, I live close to SFO Airport, kind of like a 2-hour drive from here, and yeah, a very nice airport. And I also got another SFO like map layout. So here is like SFO, these are the runways. So you got 28 left and 28 right, and then you got the 1 runways right here. And of course you got the terminal building right there. Of course, you got Terminal G and Terminal, not sure this is Terminal G, this is Terminal 2 of course. But yeah, this is a very nice like design for SFO Airport, and yeah, I really do like it. And yeah, hopefully I could get like a magnet stand too, like some points, like hopefully I could get like a magnet stand in the future, because like I don't have one right now, but I would love to display these magnets. Another magnets, I got 3 more, and these are airline logos. We'll start off here with Delta Airlines. Of course, Delta Airlines is like my most flown airline. Of course, I love Delta. And yeah, kind of like a, well, not really a frequent flyer for Delta Airlines, but hey, at least I got like a sticker, well, magnet for Delta. Why do I sometimes keep saying sticker sometimes? But yeah, here's the Delta Airlines magnet right there, looking very nice. Next up, we have the United Airlines magnet, of course, my favorite airline. And yeah, of course, I never flown United Airlines before, but I would love to fly with United Airlines in the future. So here's that United Airlines in a white background. And yeah, this could be their old logo before they transition into like just the United logo. But I think this is like during when United and Continental merged. This was their logo back then. So very interesting right there. And the last magnet for that batch is the beautiful ANA All Nippon Airways Inspiration Japan magnet right there. Of course, ANA, now, if you guys don't know, ANA is my favorite international airline, and I have never flown on this airline before, but I've seen them at SFO, and yeah, ANA, they are a 5-star airline for Skytrax, and yeah, I would love to fly ANA in the future, because like, I would love to experience their cabin product. Hopefully when I go to Tokyo, Haneda, or Narita, but maybe in the future, but I'm super excited to fly with ANA. The next batch of stickers I have are longer rectangular ones, and these are like cutouts of like, well, not really cutouts, but they're just pictures of airplanes. So let's start off with the first one, with this United Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in the Continental Globe livery, registered November 45956. Very nice cutout of this mall right here, and it looks very nice, and I really do love the Continental livery on this Dreamliner. I always love this, like the swoop, like the gold lines that leads to the trailing edge, well, not trailing edge, the empennage area, and you got the Dreamliner tiles right there, looking very nice as well. The next airplane, well, next magnet, is this ANA Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft was registered Juliet Alpha 779er Alpha. Not sure if I saw this aircraft already, but it's been a while. I think the closest, like, yeah, I couldn't recall if I saw this registration, but hey, it's a very nice aircraft. Of course, ANA All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-300ER, and yeah, a very nice aircraft indeed, and nice to have this in my collection as well. Next up is a very special magnet. Here is the Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This is actually a very special magnet since I've flown on this aircraft, and as you can see, this aircraft is registered Romeo Papa Charlie 7776. And I decided to like go for this magnet because I do want to like display this on my family's magnet collection. So this is actually part of my family's magnet collection. But other than that, I'm just super fortunate to see this at the collectible show, and what a way to like get this. It's very special. This magnet is very special. I also do have like a Cebu Pacific logo. It's kind of like similar to like this, but it's the Cebu Pacific logo. It's like a yellow background with a Cebu Pacific logo. I'll show you a picture of that. But I did end up giving that sticker, well, not sticker, but I did end up getting that magnet to one of my family relatives who are from the Philippines because like, it's a very nice sticker. So I also got a Cebu Pacific magnet logo as well. And yeah, it's a very nice magnet for my families back at home. So yeah, here's my Philippine 777 once again, and this is going to be going on my family's magnet collection. So that's the Philippines 777 right there. Next up, I also got this, is the United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Being United / United Together sticker. So I do have a model out of this already, but I decided to go for the magnet because it looks cool. And of course, I do love the evil blue livery for United Airlines, so very nice. And you also got the United Together logo on the left. So that's very cool. And of course, you got the Boeing 737 MAX 8 tiles right there. So very nice. And yeah, so one more sticker, and why not finish this off with my favorite state livery from Southwest, and that is the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the California, actually, November 943 Sierra Whiskey. Excuse the typo. Excuse the typo right here. So, California 1, it says November 943 Sierra Whiskey. That's supposed to be Whiskey November, so excuse that typo. But unfortunately, like, somebody made a typo and put Sierra Whiskey because the Sierra Whiskey was on the 737-300. The Whiskey November was on the 700. And yeah, a very nice magnet as well. And of course, representing my home state, California. So here's California 1. Unfortunately, this aircraft was repainted into the Heart livery and then transferred into a 737-800 as of this recording. So yeah, very nice that Southwest transferred California 1 into the 800. And yeah, it kind of like took that quick for California to be repainted into an 800 because they just repainted that 700 into the Heart livery like a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks it got painted into an 800. So very cool right there. So yeah, that'll do it for all these like stickers, not stickers. I sometimes think of stickers, but they're magnets. But yeah, these are all the magnets I have. Let me just like lay them out. I'm not sure if this is like a good way I laid them out. But other than that, really nice to have all these magnets for my magnet collection. And as I like adjust my tripod, and here they are. So these are all my magnets, excuse me, that I got during the Airliners convention. So overall, very nice magnets, and yeah, really nice to have all these like magnets out of my favorite things like SFO, United, ANA, and all that stuff. So yeah, here are all the magnets right there once again. And yeah, so that'll do it for pretty much all like the smaller stuff. But we got a couple more like aviation memorabilia that I'm gonna be going to. Probably we're gonna moving on to like time cards, safety cards, and some other stuff from Airliners 2023. So let's move on into that portion of this video. The next items I got during the convention is an envelope. So here is an envelope. So this comes with the booty bag. So as you can see, you got all these stuff right here. So it says my name on it. And yeah, let's take out what's inside the envelope. So as I take all these out, let's start off with the Airliners 2023 pin tag. Pretty cool pin tag. And yeah, you could just like open this and then you like place them in your shirt or something. And then you got this. Next thing, I also got the Airliners 2023 Dallas jet tip, like a jet tip baggage tag right there. So very cool. Of course, this video is not sponsored by Jet Tip. And yeah, been using Jet Tip frequently. And yeah, Jet Tip is a helpful app for me. So very nice to use some Jet Tip stuff. And then taking out all the others, I got a lot of stuff in there that I do want to like showcase. There's a couple more. We got a lot of postcards, so very nice. So let's start off with a postcard. So here is one postcard. This is the Trans-America Boeing 747. Is this like a 100 or a 200? This is a Boeing 747-200 actually. November 743 Tango Victor. So very cool aircraft right there. And yeah, very interesting airline. Next up, we have this beauty right here. The United Airlines Boeing 747. I think this is a 100 in the Saul Bass livery. Fly the friendly skies of United. So very cool aircraft that United had. Of course, they already retired the 747 fleet, and this aircraft is registered. If I can look at the back, yeah, it doesn't say like a registration or anything, but I think that says November 731. No, that's November 7371 uniform. I think that's the registration of this 747. Not sure if it's like a 1. I think this is a 100. Not sure. Maybe it's a 200, but not really quite sure. But we have this United. Actually, it is a 200 because I can see like the extension piece right there. So this is a 747-200 for United Airlines in the Saul Bass livery. So very cool airline. Of course, United is my favorite airline, but a very cool aircraft in this livery. So yeah, very nice. Next up, is a very interesting postcard that I got, and that is the Air Philippines aircraft. So if you don't know what Air Philippines was, so Air Philippines was like an airline back then. This was way before they merged into PAL Express. So before PAL Express, there was Air Philippines, and they operated a couple of turboprops. Of course, they also operated like a 737-200 in their fleet back then. But I have flown on Air Philippines before. And yeah, this was me during being a small kid, so I decided to go for this Air Philippines aircraft. And what aircraft is this? This is the Air Philippines what kind of aircraft is this? YS111A208. I think that's an aircraft, and this aircraft is registered Romeo Papa Charlie 2015. So it's like a turboprop aircraft. But hey, this is a very cool photo of Air Philippines, and yeah, kind of like reliving my memory when I flown Air Philippines on their Boeing 737-200. So yeah, here's that. Next up we have is a Virgin. I think this is like a BAE 146. Is it? And let me see. That is, yes, a BAE 146. So British Aerospace BAE 146 from Virgin. And I think it's Virgin City Jet. So we had the registration Echo India Charlie Juliet Papa. Very interesting right there. Next up we have a Virgin Atlantic A320. I think this is a Virgin Atlantic, I'm guessing. Virgin Airbus A320 Sierra X-Ray Bravo Sierra Victor. Not sure which Virgin is operated, or it just says Virgin. But yeah, very cool aircraft right there. And we do have another Virgin Atlantic. Of course, this is a Virgin Atlantic this time, and this is on their Boeing 767. I think this is like a 300. Is it? Yep, it's a 300ER. Registered Papa Hotel Mike Charlie Golf. So, and I think this is in Manchester. So this is very cool right here. So here we have this Virgin 767. I also got a couple of more postcards right here if I could try to look for them. Hang on, guys. Yeah, we got some more. A couple more postcards right here. Here we have this WAG Air. I think this is a DC-3, so Douglas DC-3 by WAG Air. Registered Charlie. Oh, here we go. Charlie Foxtrot Tango Foxtrot Victor. So very nice right there. Next up, we have a Varig-Air. I think that's how I pronounce it. A Varig-Air Boeing 767-200, and that aircraft is registered Papa Victor November Quebec. Very nice aircraft in Varig's fleet. We also have another Varig aircraft, and I think this is in their. I think this is an Electra, a 188 Electra. Yep, Papa Victor Juliet Whiskey. A very nice aircraft in their fleet as well, and of course the Electra is a very cool aircraft. Next up, we have this US Air. It's a turboprop, but what turboprop is it? That is November 742 Charlie and Shorts 360-300. I'm not sure if that's the aircraft name, but a very interesting aircraft to say the least. We have another US Air aircraft. This is November 167 Papa Charlie, and this aircraft is the Jetstream 31. Very cool aircraft right there. Next up, we have a US Air 727. I think this is like a 200 variant. What aircraft registration is that? November 702 Uniform Sierra. Very nice aircraft right there. Another US Air aircraft. There's like a lot of US Air postcards. And we have the 767-200 registered November 649er Uniform Sierra. Very cool right there. Next up, we have a 737. I think that's like a 300 for US Air. Let's see. That is, no, it's actually a 400. So as you can see, Boeing 737-400, November 421 Uniform Sierra. And yeah, nice rotation shot. And credit to the photo, like the credit to the photographer who took that photo. Very cool right there. And this is a Fokker aircraft. I think this is Fokker. Is it? It says US Air. Yes, it's a Fokker 100 for US Air. And what's the aircraft registration? Can't hardly see. Oh, there we go. November 860 Uniform Sierra, I think is the registration. So here's that Fokker 100 for US Air. And I think this is another Fokker 100, I think. Is it? Yes, it's another Fokker 100. And this aircraft is registered Papa Hotel Zulu Charlie India. So this has the Papa Hotel registration. Of course, it's from the Netherlands. So very nice right there. And the last postcard I got is this beautiful Voltec aircraft, Papa Tango Lima Charlie Foxtrot. And this aircraft is here we go, a Fokker F-27. Very cool right there. So here it is. So yeah, very nice aircraft from their fleet. And yeah, Voltec is a very interesting airline. Next up, we have a couple. Oh, we got more postcards. Okay. Well, we had this 747 from Virgin Atlantic with Austin Powers. Of course, Austin Powers is a very interesting movie. Yeah, here's the backside. So, yeah, very nice postcard. And here's another postcard for Virgin Atlantic. Very cool, like, I think this is a 747, I think. But very cool tail shot of that aircraft. And yeah, very cool, London, New York. I think these are all the like destinations that served for Virgin Atlantic on the 747 around that time. So very cool. Next up, we had this Trans-International DC-10, registered, if I can find it, November 102 Tango Victor. So very cool aircraft right there. And yeah, very nice. And here's another, oh, this is actually the PSA, like this is like the PSA baggage identification. So here it is right there. So this is what it looks like right there. Very cool. Next up, here's like a couple of more stuff from the envelope. We have this Airliners International 2023 sticker right there. Not sure where I should place this, but I'm gonna have to think about it. But a very cool sticker right there. And here's all like this registration confirmation. Of course, I'm not gonna go through everything on that because it has some identification stuff. And I also got a couple of more postcards, but I'm gonna be doing those in a separate video. But here we have all like the collectible shows right there. Here's a DFW one-day show, April 20th of 2024 from 9 AM to 4 PM. Next up, we have the LAX collectible show. I know Aviation and LAS might attend this. This is from January 20th of 2024 from 9 o'clock AM to 3 o'clock PM. Next up, we have this Airliners International 2023 flyer right here. Very nice. Of course, I decided to get this. And yeah, here's all like the hotel rates for the Hyatt Regency. And most likely I might attend this, I'm not sure, but this is the San Francisco Collectibles Show on September 23rd, 2023 from 8:30 AM to 2:30 PM. So I might try to attend this, I'm not sure. I haven't got like approval from my parents yet, but this is the 37th semi-annual San Francisco Collectibles Show and Sale. So I might try to attend this. It should be very interesting, and yeah, it's located at the Best Western Plus Hotel. So hopefully I can go to this collectible show. And yeah, it should be fun. Now let's move on to the other safety cards. I do apologize, I meant to say postcards. We'll go into the safety cards later, but we do have a couple of postcards. So let's start off from the postcards, and these were taken out of a clear, like, plastic. So let's start off with our first postcard from that batch, and that is the American Airlines. I think this is another. I'm thinking this is like a Fokker, I'm not sure. What is that? Oh, that's a BAC 1-1 400AK. I'm not sure what aircraft that is, but at first glance when I look at this photo, I thought it was like a Fokker airplane, but turns out it's not. It's like a BAC aircraft. November 5036. Very interesting registration for this aircraft, and yeah, very interesting aircraft. It's a T-tail aircraft, and yeah, it looks very nice. Next up, we do have this. Not sure what aircraft this is, but this is like a Rio Air. Not sure. November 49er Romeo Alpha. Oh wait, this is like a Twin Otter, I think. This is a Twin Otter. Yeah, this is a Twin Otter. And of course, there's a registration right there. Rio Airways. Very interesting right here. So this is in DFW actually, and this is where the Hyatt Regency Hotel is. It used to be named like, what is that? It had a different name before it was changed into the Hyatt Regency Hotel. But here is like the DFW Hyatt Regency Hotel right there with this Rio Airways. Rio Airways Twin Otter. So very nice right there. Next up, we do have another photo from DFW, and that's this Frontier Lockheed. Not a Lockheed. That's not a Lockheed. That's a Frontier. This is like the old Frontier, and that is the Convair 580. And yeah, this is seen in this is set in DFW, November 73136. Very cool aircraft in Frontier's fleet, of course, before they transition into the Animals. But yeah, very interesting airline. Next up is a very cool model, well, not model, but another cool postcard that I decided to get, and that's gonna be the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-200 in the original widget livery. Wow, this is a very cool livery on this aircraft. And this aircraft registration, the aircraft registration is November 324 Delta Lima. Wow, that is beautiful photo right there. Wow, love the Delta 737-200 in this livery. It looks so nice. Next up, we have a Continental DC-10 in this beautiful livery. This is like the Contrails livery, like Contrails with the black logo. So here is the Contrails DC-9, very nice. And this aircraft was registered November 8, 9003. And yeah, very nice photo. Credit to the photographer, like I said. And yeah, very nice. Next up, I also got a very cool photo, and that is the United Airlines Boeing 737-200 in the Saul Bass livery. Wow, this is just a beautiful photo. November 979er Uniform Alpha. Wow, just a very nice photo. Of course, this is in DFW as well. Yeah, DFW. Wow, that's just a cool photo. And yeah, Saul Bass livery also looks nice on this aircraft. Next up is a very cool photo I also got, and that is the Braniff International Boeing 747 Big Orange SP. So here's the aircraft right there. Of course, when Braniff had their 747s, they mainly paint their 747s orange. So that's why it's nicknamed Big Orange. So this is a very cool picture right there. Registration of that aircraft. If I can try to... It doesn't say a registration? Odd. But here's this Braniff International 747 SP. And yeah, Braniff International was a very cool airline back then. And yeah, glad that they preserved the legacy of Braniff International with the Braniff International Foundation. And last photo, I decided to save this for last, but right here, we have the British Airways Concorde. Wow, that is just a beautiful photo right there. Wow, take a look at that. The Concorde is a very cool aircraft, and this aircraft registration, if I could try it, find it. I'm not sure if this is the registration, November 94 Alpha Bravo. But here's the British Airways registration, Gulf November 94 Alpha Bravo. I think that's the registration. But here's the Concorde British Airways plane. Yeah, that's what I say. But yeah, very cool photo right there. And yeah, that'll do it for pretty much what is in the envelope. So overall, all these items, if I can try to put them all in this side right here. All these items are very cool, and yeah, really nice that I get to have all these in the envelope. And yeah, there's a lot of units right here. Very cool stuff from aviation postcards and collectible shows. Wow, these are just units right here, so really glad to have them. Now let's move on to the others. Alright, so moving on to the other items from the Airliners convention, I do want to start off by getting a couple of these cards. Of course, here is the Photo Richmond's card that I mentioned before, so I decided to grab another one of these because I don't know why, but here it is. And then we also have some Braniff International cards as well. So here is all their Braniff International. You can continue the journey with 20% off online. Use the code BITAKE20. And yeah, very nice. And here's all the Braniff memorabilia stuff. So you got Rio, Brazil, Chicago, Colorado. And yeah, these are all from the Braniff International Foundation during the convention. And yeah, very cool stuff. And I got 2 of these. So very nice right there. Next up, we do have the Airliners International 2023 Flight Operations Guide. And this is pretty much all the stuff from that's gonna be happening during airliners. Of course, so you got all these GeminiJets stuff right here. And you also got the runways. This is Dallas Love Field, and these are all the tours right there. I went on the C.R. Smith Museum tour, which is this one right here on the 21st. And I went to the Frontiers of Flight Museum tour as well. It's 9:30 a.m. So here's once again the diorama of the airport diagram for Dallas Love Field right there. So you got runway 31 left and runway 31 right. And then you got runway 13 right and left right there. And then if I could try see where DFW is. Here it is, Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. So here are all the terminals right there and all the runways. There are a total of 7 runways at DFW. And here are all the vendor tables right there. So yeah, they pretty much filled the entire ballroom with all these vendor tables. Of course, they want to everything is big in Texas. So yeah, that's how they do it for this year's convention. So quite interesting. And moving on to some other stuff, you got the guest speaker right there for the banquet on Saturday. And here's Jet Tip and some other stuff. These are all the other Braniff International style shows right there. And you also got some other aviation stuff like JJ postcards and Atlantic models right there. And here's the backside. So here's all the backsides. You got all these other magazines right there. Next up, I do have some drawings that I brought from, well, these were made by Aviation LAS, so shout out to him. And he sent me I get to pick 3 drawings from him. And he really did draw some amazing stuff. Well, airplanes, of course. So let's get started with my first picture. So once again, huge shout out to you, Aviation LAS. And here they are. Let's start off with this Air France 787 Dreamliner. Very interesting, and yeah, really this is when the airplane is like taking off. So very cool right there. Of course, he got his like signature right there at Aviation LAS. So very nice drawing right there, buddy. Next up, we have a United 757-200 in the blue tulip livery with the Pratt & Whitney engines with no winglets. So very cool right there. Another nice drawing from him. And my third drawing is this United 737-900ER. Yeah, I think this is a 900ER in the Continental Globe livery. Very cool aircraft right there. And yeah, very nice drawing from him. So once again, huge shout out to Aviation LAS for these drawings. They're very nice. I also do want to give a shout out to AS Aviation because he sent me, well, he gave me this Boeing 777 card right here. So this is like the Boeing 777 itself, and then on the back, you got all like the specifications of the Boeing 777 family. So here it is. You got the 222 and the triple stretch, the 777 stretch, which is basically the 777-300ER, and then you got the history of the Boeing 777 right there, 1994, the year of the Boeing 777. So you can pause and read whatever you like. Very nice information right here. So once again, huge shout out to AS Aviation for giving me this. It's very nice. And then another items I got this one free vintage airline coaster located at DFW employee store next to gate Charlie 2. I was gonna like use this. Unfortunately, I did not because I was like, I had to like go through like a Skylink, like do one revolution around the Skylink, and yeah. So unfortunately, I decided not to offer this. Unfortunately, it expired on July 4th, unfortunately. But yeah, very cool. Get to keep that. I also have DJ Pilot's card right here. So DJ Pilot, of course, they're based out of Minneapolis. And yeah, I purchased a couple of models from there during the convention. And yeah, DJ Pilot is a very nice guy to talk to. Donnie is like a very nice guy who probably runs the store. And yeah, great interactions with him and some other employees during the convention. So very nice. Alright, so now moving on to two more items. I decided to like go for this next item because like I do want to like learn more about this airline's cabin product, and that is the All Nippon Airways cabin product. So as you can see, this is like their business class. Very cool business class right here. And relax, and you could also like do this. So very cool right there. And let me see if I could like, there we go. So this is like their first class right there. So this is what first class looks like on their aircraft. Very cool first class. I do like on how they design it. And here is business class right there. So yeah, hopefully I can try to fly ANA soon. And here's the other side right there. And yeah, ANA is a very great airline. And hopefully I can fly with them. Of course, I'm not a business class or first class passenger, but hey, I would like to fly with them as an economy passenger. And the last item I get is a book, which is the Airliners of South and Southeast Asia. So of course, like, I decided to go for this because like, I know like, I fly Philippine Airlines, and they're in this book somewhere, if I could try to find one. Of course, like, you got all these other South Asia and Southeast Asia airlines right there, like Nokair, very interesting livery for that airline. And we also have Silk Air and Lion Air, well, Malindo Air, that's like an airline in Malaysia, Niner Mike. I can see like the registration prefix of that aircraft. You got SpiceJet, an airline based out of India, and you got this beautiful Garuda Indonesia retro livery. So that is very cool. This is Papa Kilo Golf Foxtrot Mike. So very nice livery right there. Let me see. Here's a Malaysia 737-800 and their 40th anniversary retro livery right there. Very cool. And let me see if I can try to find like Philippine Airlines. Because here we go. Here's a Philippine Airlines Boeing 747-400. As you can see, very nice airline they operated back then. And here's a Thai 747. And here's like this special livery. This is like the Royal Thai boat, the Royal Barge, yeah. So they used to have this on their 747s back then. Now you'll see them on their Boeing 777. Not sure if they still have a 777 in this livery, but I've seen those in like Jet Photos and some other like aviation photography websites. And yeah, that's a very cool livery. Here's a Malaysia Airlines 777 and a 777-200 LR for Air India right there. And here's a Pakistan International 777 right there on the top. Very cool airline. Of course, AS Aviation pretty much knows the history about, like, knows much about Pakistan International Airlines. And this is what I'm talking about. Here's a 777-300ER in the Royal Barge livery. So this is what I'm referring to. You will commonly see these on their Boeing 777s. And here's the Singapore 777 right there. Of course, I'm gonna go through. Here we go. There it is. What a beauty. The Philippine Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. Man, brings me back memories. Romeo Papa Charlie 7776. Wow, very nice aircraft right there. And here's a Thai 787-8 Dreamliner right there. This is Hotel Sierra Tango Quebec Charlie. And here's a Vietnam 787-9 and a Biman Bangladesh Airlines 787-8. Very nice. And yeah, looking forward on kind of like reading more about these airlines and yeah, looking at the pictures because like these airlines from South and Southeast Asia and like yeah, they're very cool. Here's a Philippines A321 75th anniversary sticker and Bangkok right there. Suvarnabhumi, that's like a hard name to pronounce. I was kind of like looking at the pronunciation of this airport. Suvarnabhumi, yeah, that's like a hard name, but yeah, that's like Bangkok's main airport. Here's a Cebu Pacific A330-300 right there, very nice. And here's a Star Alliance Thai Airways Airbus A330 as well, so very cool right there. And here's a Lion Air Thai A330 Neo as well. So, and here's like the last page, it's a Singapore A380. Very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like read more of this, but yeah, very nice book right there. And yeah, I should probably like read these more often. So yeah, these are pretty much all like this like all of these like items that were from like the previous, well, this clip of course. And yeah, here they are right there. So yeah, nice items right there and really glad to have these. Alright, so now we move on to like the timetables and safety cards. So let's transition into that. Alright, who's ready for timetables and safety cards? We're gonna be starting off with the timetables first. Now I have 4 with me. One of them are like duplicates while the others are different. So we're gonna start off with the duplicates. So we're gonna begin here with the Empire timetable from June 1st, 1984. Now, I accidentally said Empire, I accidentally said Enterprise. Well, this is actually Empire. I think I was like referring to like the Enterprise Ballroom when I first got this timetable, but it's Empire. So here's the Empire timetable right there from June 1st of 1984. And these are the same. This is like a different one. So, oh, actually, no, this is actually different. This is actually from April 29th of 1984, actually. The covers like pretty much look similar, but they actually have different timestamps, like time dates. So here's the Empire timetable. Here's the backside. They're from New York, as you can see. And yeah, nobody serves more cities in New York City than Empire. So let's see all the timetables, like all these stuff. Now, I don't know how to like read timetables. This is like my first time getting these timetables, so I might be new to these. But let's see if Sacramento International Airport is somewhere. So you got Buffalo, Niagara Falls, which is continued. Detroit is a continued service back then. Yeah, very interesting. Let's see. Are there any cities? Long Island, Manchester. And then there's Montreal, New York City, Newark. New York City, Newark right there. You got all these like destinations like Detroit, Elmira, and then Birmingham and Albany. Here's another like page right there. And you got White Plains right there. Let's see, you got Washington as well. I like that. It's like Washington DC, I think. So you got Rochester as well, and Syracuse as well. I think they don't fly to like most of the continental US. They just only like fly to here we go. So they mainly just like fly across New York. So they would fly to LaGuardia, Syracuse, Montreal. Well, that's in Canada. And they also would fly to Washington DC, Baltimore, Newark, Kennedy. So mainly around the New York area. And yeah, quite interesting for like these operation routes for Empire. And let's have a look at the one from April 29th of 1984. So you got Detroit right there. And what else? You got Hartford. Yeah, pretty much the same. And here's like their route network right there. So of course, quite different. Well, actually, they're pretty much the same. So here is the Empire timetable right there. Buffalo, Niagara Falls. So yeah, pretty much everything is the same. You got all these like to Rochester. You got all like these times where it departs and lands. So quite interesting right there. And yeah, so these are all the timetables from Empire Airlines. And yeah, very interesting airline, like I said. Yeah, very nice to have these. And these came with the booty bag as well. Next up, I do have some United Airlines safety cards. Well, not safety cards, I mean timetables. One from 1975 and the other from 1984. So let's begin with the one from 1975. This is June 13th of 1975. And yeah, very interesting. Here's like what the back looks like. Very nice. And as you can see, these are all the timestamps of like each destination that United operated out of back then. Of course, you got Grand Junction, Colorado, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and let's see if there's Sacramento, because Sacramento was there. Alright, so here's like the route network. So this is all the route networks. And yes, Sacramento is there. So location served by United Airlines. So here it is, SMF right there. SMF is on the list, so very nice. Alright, so let's see if we can find Sacramento. Gonna like take a while, but I know Sacramento is there. So Salt Lake City, San Diego. I think we should go back. There we go, Sacramento it is. So Sacramento, it's continued service from Santa Barbara, Seattle, Tacoma, South Bend. I'm not sure what city is that in Indiana, I think. Spokane, Washington, Toledo, Toronto, and then Ontario, Canada. And then they also serve for Vancouver, Washington DC, Baltimore, and yeah, very interesting like timestamps. This is, I think this is where it departed, and this is where like landed. I think that's what I'm guessing. So yeah, quite an interesting route served for Sacramento for United Airlines right there. Very nice. And then let's see if some other, yeah, let's see if San Francisco is there, because of course like United has like a big presence. There we go. So here's San Francisco right there. And yeah, you can really tell how many destinations there are served from San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose. So yeah, that is a lot of destinations right there. Very cool right there. So yeah, that's the one for 1975. Now let's look at the 1982 one. So this is January 5 of 1982. And yeah, I think pretty much the route networks, this got like more like, what is that? Like more clean. You got all like these timetables, the times for the Pacific time. So you got Sacramento, of course Sacramento is there. San Francisco, of course, is also there. Location served by Westin Hotels and United Airlines. San Francisco is one of them, Oakland and San Jose. And cities served by United, Sacramento is on that list. And as you can see, let's go to Sacramento. Okay, let me see. It's on this page somewhere. Yep, it's on this page. So more destinations this time. So you got Buffalo, Cedar Rapids, Charlotte, Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, Dayton, Denver, Des Moines, Detroit, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Fort Wayne. A lot of destinations compared to one in 1975. You got LA, Memphis, Miami, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul. Newark, New York, Philadelphia. Yeah, a lot of destinations served by Sacramento. So I wish Sacramento were to serve these destinations. Well, I wish United Airlines were to serve these destinations again in modern times. But hey, I think like it's just different. And here's like San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose right there. So yeah, of course they have all these like destinations. I think United was a hub back then. Like I think United was still a hub. Like they still had a hub in San Francisco back then, around this time period. So yeah, they still have a lot of destinations right there. Yeah, very cool stuff right there. So yeah, these are all the United Airlines timetables I got. And yeah, very cool timetables along with the Empire timetables as well. So very nice right there. Gonna have to learn more on how to read a timetable, but here we have those. Now we move on to the safety cards. Now I only have 2 safety cards. One of them came from the booty bag, and one of them I bought from the collectibles show. Let's start with the one from the booty bag, and that is the Delta Airlines Boeing 757-300, and this is a 2011 rendition of the safety card. And looking at it, very nice art details. You got all the safety features of this aircraft, the Boeing 757-300. And yeah, really nice explanation of the safety briefings right there. Yeah, very nice from Delta Airlines back then. Of course, this is the 2011 rendition of this safety card. And the last safety card, the second one, I got this special one. It's the United Airlines Boeing 757-200 safety card from United Airlines. And this is a final assembly of this airplane. Not sure what year is this from. Don't see like a year date for this safety card, but we got this beautiful safety card from United, as you can see. Also nicely detailed as well. Very nice. And of course you got all the safety briefings right there. And yeah, very nice safety card for this 757. And yeah, I haven't flown on a 757, but I would love to, because like the 757 is one of my favorite, well, To be exact, it's my favorite narrow-body airplane. So yeah. So overall, these are all the timetables and safety cards. And yeah. So let me just align them right there and give you guys an overall view of them. And here they are right there. These are all the safety cards and timetables I got during the convention. And overall, really liking these lineup right there. And yeah, should be very nice for my memorabilia collection as well. And glad I got these 2 safety cards of 2 of my favorite airlines. So yeah, hope I can get some Delta Airlines safety cards. Well, not Delta Airlines safety cards. What I meant to say is like Delta Airlines timetables. So yeah, hopefully I can get some Delta timetables in the future. Hopefully during next year's convention in Kansas City. But other than that, these timetables and safety cards will suit my needs. Now, before we go into the models, which I hope you guys are excited for, I also got some shirts as well. So let's move on to the shirts. Alright, so now we move on to the shirts portion of this video. Now, I only got 2 shirts with me during the collectible show. And I think it was like during, I'm guessing, it was either day 2 or day 3 of the collectible show I got these shirts. But most likely, I think I got them during day 2 of the collectible show. And I got 2 shirts out of my 2 favorite airlines. And let's start off with the first shirt. So, the first shirt I got is this beautiful red shirt of a Delta Airlines Lockheed L1011 TriStar. So overall, very nice shirt. I'm not sure if I can like zoom it out properly. Hang on, let me like see. There we go. So here is the L1011 TriStar shirt for Delta Airlines, and it says Delta gets you there. And I think these list all like the destinations that the L1011 serve at Delta Airlines. So you got West Palm Beach right there, and ooh, San Francisco as well. Very nice. So that flies to San Francisco. Of course, I've seen some images, like videos of a Delta L1011 in SFO, so that's very nice. And yeah, the Delta L1011 TriStar is a very nice aircraft for Delta Airlines. And yeah, unfortunately they are retired, but at least I do have a model of one, so that's good. So there it is, Delta gets you there. So very nice shirt right there. Yeah, really nice to have this. And the second shirt I have is a beautiful shirt that I think I really like. And yeah, so here's the next shirt right there as it comes into the frame. It's the United Airlines Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Wow, this is just a pretty shirt. You got the Boeing 787-8 right there, along with the United Continental Globe logo right there, along with the United Towels right there. And on the bottom is the 787 Dreamliner. Wow, this is just like a pretty shirt. Of course, I do love United Airlines, and the Boeing 787 is my favorite aircraft, hence why my channel is named Dreamliner Fan 2016. And these shirts were made by Sky Shirts right there. So as you can see, let me zoom it closer. So here it is. You can pause or read whatever you like. And yeah, Sky Shirts provide some amazing photos. Well, not photos, amazing shirts. And yeah, very nice to have these 2 shirts from them. And yeah, looking forward on using these when I go to airports and probably do some flights. So that'll do it for the shirts right there. Now it's time for the models, which I know you guys are excited for. So now we move on to the model section of this video, and I got like 6 models, well 6 models in this video. I'm gonna be unboxing 6 models, and yeah, I'm super excited to unbox the models, and overall, I'm just super excited to unbox these models. Of course, the models are gonna be the main highlight for this video, and yeah, I'm just super excited to unbox the models, and I hope you guys are excited for it. So without further delay, let's start the model section of this video. So let's get started. Okay everybody, the moment you all been waiting for is here. Now we move on to the model plane section of this video. So like I said, I got 6 models to unbox in today's video, while I also got another set of models that will be upcoming in another massive unboxing that's coming soon. So I'm super excited to premiere that. But we have 6 models that I'm super excited to unbox, and yeah, very excited to do this, and why not do so with our first model off the bat. So let's start things off with an Air Classics model. Now this model I decided go for because I seen they released it this year, and it's a model that I think it should be very nice for my collection. I wanted to go for this, so I decided to go for this anyway. And when I saw this, I got this from the Texan Airplane store, by the way. So it was a okay deal. It was like $59.95. Somewhat expensive. It's on the red sticker, but I decided to get this small anyway because I think it looks cool on this aircraft. And I think I mentioned something about that when I was doing a postcard out of that. and that is going to be the Aero Classics 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Boeing 737-200 in the original widget livery. Super excited to have this model in my collection. This is my second original widget aircraft after getting the L1011, and I think the 737-200 and this livery looks pretty nice. So really excited to have this model, and as you can see, the red sticker, it's $59.95. Kind of like around like the expensive range, but either way, I got it. So let's get started with the box review. So it's just a blue box. This is like a blue box model. So you got just a blue box, like a blue box, nothing special. You got the square cut out of the aircraft, so you can see the aircraft right there. It says 1/400 scale right there. I know it's kind of like flipped upside down, so here it is. So it's kind of like hard to read, but it says 1/400 scale. Moving on to the sides, nothing much on the sides, but you have all these like, you have the image of like the aircraft. Well, technically not really like the image of the aircraft, but the layout of the aircraft. This aircraft is registered November 301 Delta Lima, and yeah, I think this is like the INA number, I'm guessing. And the backside, I know it's hard, you can like really hardly see it, but you got all the warning hazards right there, and of course it's made by China. So super excited to dive down into this model, first model out of this aviation haul video, and I'm just super excited to have it. So yeah, very exciting model to add to my collection and my retro fleet for Delta Airlines. And this is my second Delta airline. Well, technically it's third Delta Airlines because I also bought a 764 from them. But under that, very excited to have this, and man, she looks pretty. Let me see if she's intact. I know I haven't, I think, yeah. There we go. So she is intact, and wow. Let me see if I can like pull it closer. Ooh, yes. Wow. This is a pretty model by Aero Classics, and I'm super fortunate to finally have a Delta 737-200 in my collection. And man, it looks so pretty right here. So there she is. Oh, hang on, let me just like adjust the tripod, excuse me. There we go. Well, this is kind of like the best it can do. But there it is, the Delta 737-200 in the original widget livery. Looking absolutely beautiful. And here's the Aero Classics / Blue Box 1/400 scale Delta Airlines Boeing 737-200 in the original widget livery from the 1960s. A very nice model from Aero Classics, and I'm just very super fortunate to finally have this model in my collection, and it should be perfect for my Delta retro collection. So you got the cockpit windows right there along with the eyebrows, and then you got the nose shape of the aircraft looking pretty nice. You got like, it's kind of like hard to see, but there's like the tip of the nose, like the nose, what is that? Oh yeah, the very tip of the nose on the forward section of the aircraft is black, while most of the nose is just like a navyish blue, like a dark blue, midnight blue almost. So that's quite interesting right there. Then you got some pitot tube details right there. You got the nose gear and nose landing gear door. Pretty nicely detailed, well, somewhat detailed, but it looks pretty nice. You got the L1 boarding door right there, along with the Delta widget tiles right there, or the logo. And then you got the Delta tiles right there. There we go. So here's the Delta tiles right there, looking pretty nice. Of course, there's no antennas, but you got a printed beacon light at the top right there. And then you got your engines right there. These are JT8D-1580 engines. That's what most of the 737-200 operates. Like, these are the engines the 737-200 operates mostly, along with the Delta widget right there, looking pretty nice. And then you got your emergency exit door right there, also looking pretty nice as well. You got, I think this is like a polished underbelly, I'm thinking, I'm not sure. Might have to look at that once I like go for the other perspectives. Here's the wing details right there. Let me try to focus it again. There we go. So here are the wing details of this. Oops, not mean to like hit my camera on that. So you got the wing details, you got your emergency exit light indicator, you got your slat details, your flap details and fairing details, you got your engine pylons, which are designed very interesting for these engines. And of course you got like the ground spoilers and flight spoilers right there. Don't see any coastal fuel frost on this aircraft, which is interesting. Alright, let me refocus this aircraft again. There we go. So moving on to the back section, you got the L2 door right there. You got the aircraft registration, November 301 Delta Lima, and your US flag. And then moving on to the empennage area, you got the APU right there, kind of like hard to see. But you got your horizontal stabilizers, and then you got the Delta widget tail looking very nice and all retro, along with the ship number right there. So this is a very nice model, like I said, and yeah, Aero Classics did a nice job on this model. And now moving on to the starboard side of the aircraft, it does roll freely, so that's very nice as well. You got the R doors right there, and then you got your forward cargo bin right there, and then you also got your aft cargo bin right there. Moving on to a top perspective of the aircraft, so let me just set her like this. There we go. So here's the top section of the aircraft. Let me try to focus. There we go. So here's the top section right there, looking pretty nice. Here's the bottom section. Ooh, this is pretty nice. Yeah, this is like almost like a polished underbelly, almost. Kind of like has some glitter effects on it. Very nice. You got your stand hole right there. And then moving on to the front section, if I kind of try to maneuver it. There we go. So here's the front section of the aircraft. Quite an interesting printing design. The eyebrow windows seem to be like misaligned, but I really don't care that much. It is what it is. And then moving on to the back section. There we go. So here it is, the back section of the aircraft. So overall, this is a very nice model from Aero Classics, and yeah, really glad to have another Delta Retro aircraft in my collection, especially for the 737-200. I originally was gonna like go for the Gemini version, but I did not see it there, so I decided to opt for the Aero Classics version. And while the Aero Classics version isn't as bad as compared to like, well, I'm not saying like it's not as bad, but it's somewhat okay. But the Aero Classics, I think the GeminiJets is better. I think the Aero Classics, it's also good as well, but hey, at least I got it, and it's a good model to say the least. So yeah, here's the Delta 737-200 original widget, and overall it looks pretty nice in my collection for my Delta Airlines retro fleet. So yeah, there's that model for you. Well, of course, there is that model right there for me. And yeah, very nice model. Now let's move on to our second retro model. Alright, so the next model coming up is a model that I've been wanting in my collection for quite a while. I was kind of like somewhat on the defense, but other than that, I want this real bad in my collection. And as soon as I saw one during Airliners, I was like, oh my god, I have to get this. Because it's a very cool aircraft, and it's a new airline, well, not technically new airline, but a new airliner aircraft to add to my collection. And it's another airline collectible retro model for my United Airlines fleet. That's a hint. And I'm just super excited to have this in my collection. It's gonna be very cool to add. And here we go. Right here, coming into the frame, we have the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Douglas DC-8-21. Wow, super excited to have this in my collection. This is my first DC-8 model in my collection, and man, it's in the Saul Bass livery as well, so I'm just super excited to have this model in my collection. It's gonna be perfect for my retro fleet. Of course, the Saul Bass livery looks pretty nice on this aircraft right there. So let's start with the box. You got the cinematic design of this box, of course, like the old classic GeminiJets box, which kind of like seems like that the box is like metal, which is pretty cool. You got the United Airlines tiles back when they had the Saul Bass livery. You got the image of the aircraft right there, along with the skies. You got the DC-8-21 tiles right there, diecast model, 1/400 scale, made for collectors by collectors. You got the GeminiJets logo right there, and you got the historical RetroJets livery. So that is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool batch right there. And then you got all these like McDonnell Douglas like licensings right there, looking pretty nice. Moving on to the sides, you got the aircraft registration, which is November 8005 uniform. And as you can see, here's some other sides right there. And the price, how about this? Because like I think I got this on the third day of the collectible show. So you see how it's $54.95? On the third day of the collectible show, it dropped down to $49.95. So that was a great deal right there. So really nice to have this model. And then here's the back side of the box right there. You got like the DC-8. Pretty much all the speculations of this aircraft. So you got aircraft type Douglas DC-8-21. The livery is United Airlines in the Saul Bass livery, and the construction number or the serial number is 45282. Line number is 10, so it's probably one of the older DC-8s around that time. And the aircraft registration, which is November 8005 uniform, like I said. This aircraft is operated by 4 Pratt & Whitney JT3C-6 engines, and the rollout date for this aircraft is Christmas Eve of 1958, December 24th, and the delivery date of this aircraft is a year later on June 27th of 1959. Of course, you got the as well as it gets features right there, probably like more realistic. I think the as well as it gets features back then were really acceptable for this aircraft right there. You got all the details right there. And this is a 2000 release. So lining up with my DC, well not DC-8, my United 727-200 in the Battleship Gray livery. This is like another old model. Not sure which release it came from, but this is another old model to add to my collection. And of course you got your license trademark right there. And yeah, pretty nice right there. And I'm not sure what the item number is. I'm gonna have to like, there we go. Oh, I'm not sure if it's like blocked by the stickers. Let me see. There we go. So here's the one without the stickers. So the item number of this model is GJUAL0901. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this model in my collection, and overall it's gonna be a very nice model to add to my retro United Airlines fleet, and the DC-8 should be a perfect aircraft to add to that lineup. And let's have a look at that model in all of her glory. Now, I did open a pamphlet during the collectible show to see if she's in good condition, but I do want to like open it up for you guys so you can see the model herself. So here we go, everybody. And there she is right there, looking absolutely very nice and pretty. As we also get details right there, made for collectors by collectors. And here's the description of the DC-3, well not DC-3, DC-8. I'm not sure if I said DC-3 in all this, like, no, I don't think I did it. But yeah, here's the DC-8 description right there. You can pause and read, of course. It's kind of like similar to the back, but you also got the specification, excuse me. So here it is right there. And yeah, let's unbox this model. Man, I'm super excited to have this. Oh boy. And yeah, and kind of like a little bit of yellow. Of course, it's been sitting in the retailer shelf for quite a while. This is another model I also got from the Texan Airplane store. And yeah, should be a nice model like I said, and somewhat heavy. But there she is. Ooh, wow. Yes. Wow, this is so pretty. Wow, woo. Such a nice model right here from GeminiJets from the 2000s. Wow, this is yes. Wow. This is absolutely beautiful right there. Man, I'm super fortunate to finally have my first DC-8 model in my collection. Wow, this is just absolutely beautiful. Wow. Ooh, wow, that's a unit right there. That is just a unit. Wow. United DC-8 Saul Bass. Wow, that is a beauty right there. And here's the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Douglas DC-8-21 in the Saul Bass livery. Wow, wow, wow. Where can I really begin about this model? That is just beautiful. Pure perfection from GeminiJets right here. Wow, this is just absolutely gold. Wow, really nice to have this model in my collection. Once again, my first DC-8 in my collection. So let's get started with the port side, of course. You got the cockpit windows right there and your eyebrow window. And then you got a very nice nose shape of the aircraft. I think GeminiJets did a nice job on the nose shape of this aircraft. And you also got an indentation, which I don't know what that means. I think this is to represent the landing light, I think. Because like, I think the landing light is actually like or maybe this is like a taxi light almost. Kind of like a landing / taxi light, so very cool right there. You got some panels right there, which is very interesting, very cool. You got the nose gear and nose landing gear door right there. And then moving on to this side, you got the L1 boarding door right there. You got a single window right there, which is quite interesting for the DC-8's design. And then you got the small United titles. Very interesting on how they shrunk the United titles on this aircraft right there. Moving on to the middle section of the aircraft, you got some other windows. I think these are emergency exit windows right there. You also got the engines right there, looking pretty nice. You also got your red navigation light on the wing right there, looking very nice as well. So yeah, I'm assuming these are like emergency exit doors right there. Of course, with the Saul Bass livery, you got the red sheet line right there. Or not red sheet line. The top one is orange, the middle is red, and the bottom is like a navy bluish almost. So very cool right there. Moving on to the wing section of the aircraft. So here's the wing right there. Not much on detail. You got your slat detail. Well, there isn't much slat detail on this area right there. But you got your ground spoiler detail and flight spoiler details. You got the flap detail and aileron details. Don't see any fairings. Yeah, I don't see fairings on this aircraft. So I'm not sure if this aircraft, like the actual aircraft, even has fairings in the first place. But quite interesting design for the DC-8 back then. And how about some detail of the engine right there? Looking pretty nice as well. Moving on to the back section of the aircraft, you got the aircraft registration, November 8005 uniform right there. You got the L2 door right there. And moving on to the empennage of the aircraft, quite interesting that the horizontal stabilizers is one piece. So quite interesting right there. So it's just a cradle mold, similar to the wing, but I found it very interesting. So yeah. Don't see an APU somewhere, so I'm not sure where that APU is, or if it's like present in the model. And then you got the saw bass tail with the United Tulip logo right there, looking very nice right there. So yeah, very nice model from GeminiJets, like I said, and yeah, really nice to have this DC-8 in my collection. And now moving on to the starboard side of the aircraft, you got your R doors right there. You got 2 windows on this side right there, which is quite different compared to the port side. You got your small cargo doors right there, so these are the 2 forward cargo doors on this aircraft. And then moving on to the back side, you got the 2 aft cargo doors right there, which is a very nice design for the DC-8. And now let's move on to a top view of this aircraft, so let me just set her like this. So here's the top view of the aircraft. Of course, not much on detail, no antennas. You got this beacon light right there, which is pretty nice. Moving on to the bottom side, you got your stand hole and a nice silver polish on this aircraft right there, looking very nice. You got the silver GeminiJets logo right there. Well, the Jets is silver, the GeminiJets is the same color, so GeminiJets logo right there. Moving on to the front section, let me just try to like set her like this. Here's the front section of the aircraft, looking pretty nice. And yeah, cockpit windows are also in line as well, which is very nice. And then moving on to the back section of the aircraft, here it is. So here is the back section of the aircraft right there. So overall, this is a beautiful model from GeminiJets, and yeah, really nice to have my first DC-8 model. And yeah, why not do so with this United Bass aircraft on the DC-8-21. And overall, I'm super fortunate to finally have this. And yeah, a great steal from day 3 of the collectible show, and man, it's just, what a unit, what a beauty she is. She looks absolutely beautiful. Wow, very fortunate to have this in my collection, like I said, and it's gonna be perfect for my United Airlines retro fleet. This next model needs no further introduction, but I ended up getting this model on the 3rd day of the collectible show, and I decided to do something with this model when I came home, and it's one out of the 2 models that are going to be featured on this video. And that is going to be the NG Models 1/400 scale All Nippon Airways Boeing 777-200ER in the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba livery. Now, before you ask, yes, I do have this model in my collection already. However, I'm going to be sending this model to a local Sacramento fellow who lives in this area, and that goes by the name of SMS Spotting on Instagram. So he's been looking for this model ever since I did like an unboxing out of this video, well, this model in this case, back in March, and he is trying to look for one. However, he tried to look for it from Panda Fox because I told him that's where I got that model from. However, it wasn't there. So as soon as I saw this at the Airliners Collectible Show from the Text and Airplane store, I had to get it so I can give this model to him. So SMS Spotting, if you're seeing this model is for you. So I already did a review on this on Massive Unboxing. Well, not Massive Unboxing. What is that? Oh yeah, Model Plane Unboxing number 25. So that featured this model right here. And yeah, like I said, this doesn't need further introduction. I already have this model already. So let's just get unboxing to it anyway. And the price is $57.95 for this thing. And yeah, Demon Slayer, of course, it's an anime that I've been watching ever since like somewhere around March. I already watched 7 episodes already as of this recording. So yeah. Overall, once again, it's a very nice anime, and I would highly recommend watching this anime for yourself. And here she is, taking her out. Wow. So, of course, I do want to check. And yeah, she is all good. And here she is. So here is the Kimetsu no Yaiba 777 from All Nippon Airways. You got Tanjiro Kamado and Tengen Uzui on the port side. And then on the starboard, if I can like try to maneuver it. There it is. You also got Tanjiro Kamado right there. And then you also got Kyojuro Rengoku on the starboard side. So yeah, this is a very nice model from NG Models. And yeah, SMS Spotting, if you're seeing this once again, this model is for you. And she is perfectly intact. So she is ready for shipping. Well, I'm going to be driving this model into his house. And yeah, super excited. Well, he's very excited. I think he's seeing this right now. He is very excited for this model. But other than that, a really nice model from All Nippon Airways from their February 2023 releases. Well, NG models to be exact. But it's a very nice livery from ANA. And yeah, a very nice model. I'm not sure if SMS Spotting is into anime, but hey, this is a very nice model for his collection. This next model is a very special model to add to my collection. And this is a model that I've been looking for a very, very, very long time throughout the internet. And seeing them from eBay, the prices are ridiculously high, so seeing this at the collectible show had me get this model, and man, I have no words how I can describe getting this model in the first place. Oh man, this is gonna be a model that's gonna be very special to me for my collection and for many years to come. And it is a model that I've been like dying to have. And here comes, ladies and gentlemen, but coming into the frame as I speak, it's a very special model once again, and it's gonna be very special for me, for many years to come. But coming into the frame, we have the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 in the final livery. Man, oh man, I've been wanting this model for a very long time, and man, I'm super fortunate to finally have this model in my collection. I already have a Northwest 747 like model plane in my collection already, but I just want an accurate and more detailed one like this. And finally I get to see this. Wow, this is just this really brings back memories when I was a kid, because this was like the exact airplane that took me to America for the first time. Of course, I was from the Philippines, and a flight that I can remember flying on this aircraft was from Manila to Tokyo. I had like a layover at Tokyo over there, and then we went from Tokyo to Detroit's DTW airport. And man, that's where I first went to America. And I flew this Northwest 747-400 back when I was like a kid. Unfortunately, I don't have any like photos, but I can just remember that at the top of my head that I've flown on a Northwest 747-400. Wow, it's just like memories to me. And this aircraft is what really brought me into aviation, the 747 and Northwest Airlines, because like, where can I like really describe this moment right here? Man, that was a very fun flight. Even though I don't know any knowledge about aviation back when I was small, it was so fun flying the Northwest 747 in the first place. So I'm just beyond excited to finally have this model in my collection after looking for this model for a very long time, for months, years, well somewhat years, because like I started collecting in 2021. But man, I'm just super excited for this model right here. So whew, man, let's get started with the box review. So you got the GeminiJets logo right there, like, yeah, the GeminiJets logo right there. You don't see the, well, yeah, you see the made for collectors by collectors right there. So you got the made for collectors by collectors right there. You got the Boeing 747-400 titles right there. You got the CGI image of the aircraft, 1/400 scale die-cast small aircraft. You got the price tag, which is $69. Now this was from like a different retailer that I came across with. They like sell, well, yeah, they sell like models that are from like 1998 to 2008, and these are all GeminiJets models in the first place. So yeah, that's quite interesting right there. And yeah, I got this for $69.99, which is quite reasonable, or just $69, which is reasonable. And yeah, it was worth the money. I mean, they said that like this might be the last one in stock, but when I checked the next day, there was another one. So at least I got it, because like I don't know if that's like their only one in stock, but hey, at least they got it, like I said, and I'm super fortunate to have this. Anywho, continuing on with the box, you got the Northwest Airlines logo right there in the middle, quite different. Instead of having the CGI image, you had the NWA logo right there. Moving on to the sides, you got all the details and all that from GeminiJets, made in China of course. And moving on to the back section, it's quite different. You got like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, making the dream a reality. So this is like when the Boeing 787 Dreamliner was in production. You got the Boeing logo right there, 787. And yeah, you can pause and read this like information right there. And then you can see, join the world design team for the 787. And yeah, very nice. Of course, you got all the Boeing licensed product right there, GeminiJets logo. Of course, you got the CGI on the image of the aircraft right there. And this is a 2005 release, which is a very old model. But yeah, a very cool model to say the least to add to my collection. And if I can try to find the item number, here it is. So the item number of this model is GJNWA406. So once again, this is a model that I've been dying to have, and man, I just can't wait to unbox it. Wow. Can't wait to see this 747 in full force, man. Very excited for this model. Let's get into the unboxing of this beautiful model. But before that, as per usual, let's take a look at that aircraft inside the pamphlet. And as soon as I open it up, reliving the memories right here. Reliving the memories. Man, I can't wait to see her. Here we go, everybody. Come on out. Pamphlet, here we go. Yes. Wow. Very nice. What a beauty. No words can really describe how ecstatic I am, how sentimental this model is for me. Anyways, here is the Boeing 747 description right there. You can pause and read, of course. And yeah, so these are all the specifications of this aircraft and the aircraft that I'm going to be talking about. But other than that, here we go. Oh yeah. Now, what I found very cool about this box is you open up the pamphlet, like the flap right here, and you take out this model, which, by the way, there it is. Wow, very cool. But as you can see right here, this bottom portion actually is also a flap too, which I kind of found interesting, but sometimes quite annoyed, because like sometimes if I were to hold the model like this, like the box like this, then there's a slight chance that this bottom piece would just like fall off, and the cradle would just like fall off as well. So yeah, quite interesting box design from GeminiJets back then, and yeah, very interesting to say the least. But hey, that's how they designed it until they changed it up, which I think the current box design for them is a lot better. But other than that, come on out, please. Oh yeah. Oh man. Wow. Yes. Wow. Man, I can't believe I'm holding this right now. Wow. Man, I'm speechless. Wow, you can just stare at this model all the time. Wow. This is very sentimental, to say the least. Wow, I can't believe that. I'm just speechless, like I said, but wow. Look at this. Where can I even like describe this feeling right now? Wow, this is just, no words can really describe this. The aircraft I've flown on when I was a kid, a very special model, has now been added to my collection. Wow, I cannot believe I finally have this Northwest 747 in my collection. Wow, very special for me, and it will be very special for me for many years to come. Wow, what a beauty she is. Wow, just wow. Man, oh man, what a beauty she is. Right here, we have the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 in the final livery. Wow. Very fortunate to finally have this Northwest 747 in my collection, and this could probably be my first passenger 747 in my collection as well, so that's very cool right there. And yeah, very nice to have this model, and of course, this is just a special model for me. Yeah, what a beauty she is. What a beauty. So, let's start off with the port side. You got the cockpit windows right there at the upper deck. You got the SkyTeam logo, and then you also got the emergency exit hatch. Kind of like common on their 747s. And then you got the nose shape of the aircraft, which isn't as bad as compared to like NG's take. But hey, at least the nose shape on this aircraft looks very nice. Here's the nose gear and nose landing gear door with the part of the ship. I think this is like the ship number of this aircraft, which is very interesting. You got the L1 door right there, and then you got the upper door. This is also an emergency door right there, so this is like the L1 upper door. I think that's what it is, but you got that door right there. You got the Northwest Airlines tiles right there, NWA, and Northwest Airlines right there. You also got like the logo right there, looking very nice. You got the L2 door right there as well. Moving on to the middle section of the aircraft. Here it is. So here's the middle section. You got your L3 door right there. You also got the engines right there. Like, I think these are GE engines. I think they're CF6s from what I can guess. But here are the GE CF6 engines right there. It's a one-piece mold, which is quite reasonable for its time frame. And yeah, very nice right there. You also got your passenger windows. I'm not sure if this is like, the upper deck is like premium class, and this part like business class or first class, or maybe this can be like premium class, I'm not really quite sure. And how about this detail right there? There's like some pitot tube detail on this aircraft, which is very cool. And then moving on, yeah, so we're continuing on with the middle section. So once again, here's that L3 door right there. And then moving on to some wing detail as I maneuver this aircraft. Here it is. So here is the wing detail right there. You got your cold soak field frost, which is presented very nicely. You also got some fairing detail. You got your ground and flight spoilers right there. You got your flaps, and you also got your slat detail and the engine pylons as well, which is very nice right there. And here's the red winglet right there, looking very nice. And yeah, GeminiJets did a nice job on this 747 right here. Looks very nice. And of course you got your red beacon light right there. And then moving on to the back section of the aircraft, well, close to the empennage. Let me try to focus it again. Hang on, guys. There we go. So, hang on. There we go. Oh, hang on. Gotta make sure it's focused on the windows. There we go. Perfect. So, you got your L4 door right there, looking pretty nice and well printed as well. And then moving on to the back section of the aircraft, you got your L5 door right there. You got the aircraft registration. Excuse me. You got the aircraft registration, which is November 676 November Whiskey. And at the bottom, you got your US flag, which is also printed very nicely. And as I zoom out of my camera right there, you got the empennage of the aircraft with the APU right there. Kind of like hard to see, but there it is right there. Which I'm focusing it a little more. There you go. So here's the APU. And then you also got your horizontal stabilizers as well. And the beautiful Northwest Airlines tail when they had their final livery, looking pretty nice. Wow, that's a very nice tail. That's like an iconic plane for NWA. Well, one of the most iconic planes for Northwest Airlines back then. And of course, yeah, they also had the bowling shoe and the thermometers livery. But this livery is very iconic to me for many reasons. And then moving on to the starboard section of the aircraft, let me focus it on it again. You got your R doors right there, and you also got your forward cargo bin right there. And then moving on to the aft area, well, the backside, the aft cargo bin should be somewhere right there. Well, there's actually two. So you got the first one right there and the second one right there. And now for a top view of this beautiful aircraft. So let me just set her like this. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking very nice. And yeah, very nice detailing from that beacon light and this, whatever you call it. Of course, I don't know what it is. Here's the bottom section of the aircraft, looking pretty interesting. Of course, this is a one-piece mold. Let me try to like zoom it out if I can try. Let's see if I can try zooming out. There we go. This is how far I can zoom out, but here is the bottom section of the aircraft. Of course, it is a one-piece mold. Of course, it's kind of reasonable for its time frame. But what I found cool is that the landing gear on the belly actually pivots. So when I try moving this, it moves, which I kind of found fascinating about. So yeah, the landing gear here moves. Yeah, very cool right there. And here's the stand hole right there. Pretty nice. And yeah, some other bottom details right there. Moving on to the front section. Oh man, this is kind of like... So here's the front section of the aircraft, looking pretty nice. The engines are aligned very well. And there's a ground flex on this aircraft. And moving on to the back section. Here it is, looking very nice as well. But yeah, very fortunate to finally have this model in my collection. The final livery is a very iconic livery, like for Northwest Airlines. Well, one of the final iconic, one of the iconic liveries for Northwest Airlines. That's what I meant to say. For an iconic aircraft on their fleet, the Boeing 747. And yeah, I think I said that this could be my first passenger 747, but I do have those SPs, but specifically this is my first passenger 747-400. But yeah, very nice to have this model in my collection, like I said, and it's a very special model for me. Man, just wow. This is just a stellar model for my collection. This is just beautiful. No words can really describe it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful model indeed from GeminiJets right there. And man, I'm just super fortunate to find this at the collectible show during Airliners. Wow, this is just a beauty. Wow, very nice model to have in my collection, like I said, and it is a special model for my retro fleet. Wow, just wow. Alright, so now we're moving on to the larger scale models this time. Now we're gonna start with a model that is quite rare for like the model plane community. Now remember Aviation LAS? He drew those 3 drawings for me, and I get to choose. Well, this is another model I received from him, and it was a very special model because it's a model that hasn't been like really made from GeminiJets. This is another GeminiJets product line. It's not a 1/400, nor it's not a 1/200, but a rather different scale this time. And I can't wait to have this model in my collection, and it's gonna be like a very, very special model. Somewhat special, but I think this model is very fascinating for many reasons. And coming into the frame, we have the GeminiJets 1:250 scale, American Airlines, McDonnell Douglas MD-82. This is very interesting right here because I never heard of Gemini 250 until I watched Red River Aviation's Airliners Haul video from 2022, and Aviation LAS, he gave this to me for free, and man, thank you so much, Ed, for this model. Wow, this is gonna be something. This is gonna be like something for my collection. This is my first Gemini 250, well, 1:250 scale model, and it's quite rare because like Gemini 250 was kind of like a very interesting model brand for like GeminiJets. They may like create 1:250 models, like 1:250 models, excuse me. And yeah, very interesting right there. So yeah, really glad to have this model, and yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting model to add to my collection. So let's get started with the review. So you got the Gemini 250 logo right there. You also got the American Airlines tiles right there. You got the McDonnell Douglas MD-82 tiles right there. You got this very interesting art. I think this is like an art design for like this aircraft. Oh yeah, there it is. Original artwork created by Richard R. Brome, so credit to him. So very nice model right there. Very nice artwork right there. And you also got his signature right there. So here's the aircraft itself. It features a black nose right there. And yeah, very nice model. And yeah, overall it's a very nice art from him. Moving on to the sides, you got the Gemini 250 logo right there. And you got all the different speculations right there. Registration of that aircraft is November 478 Alpha Alpha. And then moving on to this side right here. Quite interesting. And then moving on to the back side, you got this full description of the MD-82. You can pause to read whatever you like. And yeah, very nice description. You also got the CGI image of the aircraft right there. And the American Airlines logo right there, official licensed product. And the MD-82 tiles right there. And as you can see, this is a 2005 GeminiJets release. So quite interesting. This is the copyright label. So you got the as well as it gets features for a 1:250 model right there. And as you can see, you got super detailed and painted and paint quality, functional retractable landing gear, which I found quite fascinating. You got rolling rubber tires, limited edition, and display stand sold separately. So quite interesting. You also got the Boeing licensed product right there. And then moving on to the item number. The item number of this model is oh, actually, this is not the GJ. It's AJAAL014. So quite an interesting model, and yeah, thank you Aviation LAS for this model. And yeah, I'm super excited to have this model in my collection. It's like a fascinating model. It's kind of like a rare model for my collection, but hey, it's gonna be a very cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a very cool model to say the least. So let's get into unboxing it, but let's open up the pamphlet first. So let's open up the pamphlet of this model right here. Now, what I found very cool is that it's actually a strap, so it's actually like it's like locked and there's like a strap over there. So as you can see, there's a strap right there. So when you open it, it makes that noise. So let's open up the pamphlet of this model right here, and I can't wait to see this MD-80. So yeah, here we go. So as I open her up, there it is right there. Wow, that is like big for a 1:250 scale. Very cool right there. And of course, you got the description of the American Airlines MD-80 and the MD-80 in general. I think it's like the same thing as what it is at the back of the box. And yeah, you also got the specifications right here for the MD-80 right there. You can pause and read. And let's unbox this model. Man, I'm super excited to have this. Of course, it's a very rare model that none of us can model plane collectors can find. And yeah, it's a very cool model, like I said. And there she is. Is there anything? Nothing much. Back. And as I take her out, of course you got, I think these are like extra tires, I think, just in case one of them gets loose. So here are the tires right there. And as I take her out of that cradle, wow, oh my goodness, whoo, oh my god, what the heck happened here? Yeah, oh wait, is it actually like that? Oh, hang on, cause like Oh, I see. So like, I think there should be like something over here. So, at first glance, I thought the landing gear tires have like came out, but turns out that this is actually like the geared up configuration of this model. So very cool right there. Now I'm gonna have to like go through like the process of trying to like get the gear, like put this in the gear down configuration. So it's gonna take a while for that, but let me do that out of camera, and then we'll get reviewing into the model. And here's the Gemini 250 American Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-82 in 1 to 250 scale. I might add, this is a very unique scale for a model plane, and I had to like fidget around with the landing gear a couple of times, but I managed to keep the aircraft into the ground configuration, so the landing gear are down. And I think it did it kind of like took a while for me to like put it into the gear down configuration, but I did a good job on it, and yeah. Very nice that it's now in the gear down configuration. So let's get started with the review of this unique model. So let's get started with the cockpit windows right there. Excuse me. And then you also got like the black nose painting and like the side of the radome right there. Of course, to prevent some sun glare. You also got like the nose landing gear right there. Unfortunately, there was like this part, like there's like a tire that's missing over there, so I had to like add another tire. So that's why there's like a different size comparison for these tires right there. Of course, you got your L1 boarding door right there with the one roll tiles right there. You got the cheat line, which of course you got like the blue on the top, white in the middle, and red on the bottom, forming that iconic livery for American Airlines. And of course, you got the chrome right here. Overall, the chrome isn't even that bad. I think GeminiJets did a good job on the chrome, although I can see some markings over there for the chrome. But hey, it is what it is. You also got some pitot tube detail right there and some stack port details right there. You also got I think this is like the ship number of this aircraft right here. You also got the American billboard tiles right there, and you also got some windows that are printed very nicely. And then moving on to the middle section of the aircraft, you got the emergency exit doors right there. Of course, this is a one piece, so you got the wings right there. This is a cantilever. And you also got some slat detail right there with the red beacon light. And then we also got some flap details right there and some spoiler details, which I'm thinking there's somewhere right here, I'm guessing. Maybe. You also got some aileron details as well. There's the emergency exit slide right there. And I'm guessing, is this like the cold soak fuel frost for this MD-80? I'm not really quite sure. But it has these lines right there. And then moving on to the back section of the aircraft, you got your L2 door right there. And you also got the engines right there, the JT8D engines. Of course, that's what the MD-80s are powered by. Looking very nice right there. And then moving on to the infant notch of the aircraft, you got the aircraft registration, November 478 Alpha Alpha. And then you got your, I'm guessing APU, I'm not sure. And here it is, the iconic American Airlines tail on the MD-80. So here it is right there. You got the American Airlines, the AA logo with the eagle, and the US flag on the tail right there, like the very tip of the tail. Not really close to the tip of the tail, but you also got the horizontal stabilizers performing creates the T-tail, yeah. So you got the horizontal stabilizers that creates the T-tail of this aircraft. So yeah, very nice aircraft overall, and yeah, very nice and unique model for my collection. And then moving on to the starboard side of the aircraft, you also got the R door right there. And it's quite smaller compared to the L1 door. Yeah, it's quite smaller. Yeah, looking at the L1 door, it's bigger than like the R1 door. So quite interesting right there. Of course, you got your cargo bins right there. You got one cargo bin and the second cargo bin. These are the forward cargo bins. And the aft cargo bin is right here. And if you guys have been following Red River Aviation, you should probably know what its logo looks like. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So it just shows the American Airlines tail. And yeah, a very iconic logo for Connor right there. So yeah, a very nice model to add to my collection, and yeah, a very fascinating scale for a model plane right there. And now let's move to a top view of this aircraft. So here's the top view. So here's like the top view of the aircraft. Very nice detailing right there. Here's the bottom section of the aircraft. Of course, this is where all like the landing gear stuff happens. So you would have to like use a paper clip. Well, I did use a paper clip to open up these landing gear doors, but what would you like do is like you would open these up and then you would like push these to put them in the gear up configuration. And for the nose gear, yeah, it just opens up like that, and then you just push the nose landing gear so it can be up. But of course, I want to keep it in the gear down configuration because yes, it's more better like that. But yeah, very nice right there. And then here's the front section of the aircraft. Of course, ignore that. And then here's the back section of the aircraft right there. And yeah, it's a very interesting model, and yeah, quite a very fascinating model as well. So yeah, this is a very interesting model for my collection, and overall, it's quite interesting to get like a different scale instead of 1/400 and 1/200. The Gemini 250 model for American Airlines, well, this MD-80 to be exact, is very interesting. I like the interacting landing gear. And overall, it should be very interesting for my collection. Of course, there's no stand hole on this model, which is unfortunate, but hey, it should serve like a small purpose for my model plane collection. And yeah, a very nice model, and yeah, glad to have this model in my collection. And once again, thank you Aviation LAS for this model, and yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying this model. Gonna be seeing this every single time. And yeah, it's a very nice model in 1:250 scale. So yeah, very nice model to have it. Well, of course. Yeah, very nice model to have. And yeah, a very nice model from the GeminiJets product line. Oh, also by Aviation LAS is this broken Hainan Airlines Boeing 737-300. Yeah, I don't know why he decided to give this to me, although he has this in his collection for quite a while, but unfortunately this aircraft had missing landing gears, as you can see. But we'll still review this because, like, yes. But we got the cockpit windows right there, and we got the eyebrow windows. You got the nice shape of the 737. This is also made by Air Classics, by the way. You got the L1 boarding door. You got the Hainan Airlines tiles, excuse me. And, of course, their Chinese language right there. You got the emergency exit door right there. You see your Fan 56 engine right there. You also got some wing detail right there with the Hainan Airlines Chinese tiles right there. Fairing slats, emergency exits. What else? Fairings, flaps, spoilers, all that stuff right there. And then moving on to the back, you got the aircraft registration, Bravo 2112. You got the L2 door, Boeing 737-300 tiles right there. Moving on to the empennage, you got the excuse me, sorry about that. Whoa, that kind of like took a while for me to like think. But you got the APU and horizontal stabilizers and the Hainan Airlines tail. Quite interesting right there. Also, you got the starboard wing, which says Bravo 2112. And speaking of that, here's the starboard side with all your cargo doors right there. So here's the cargo door and the aft cargo door right there. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking very nice. Let me zoom out. And yeah, here's the top view of the aircraft. Moving on to the bottom view, you got your stand hole right there. And yeah, this is where all the landing gear was supposed to go. And yeah, unfortunately that they came out like that. But yeah, it is what it is. Here's the front section of the aircraft right there. And the back section of the aircraft looks nice as well. So yeah, quite an interesting model. Kind of like had to like put this in like at the last minute of my next model, because like of course this came as part of like my 250 box. He just like I just like put that inside the 250 box, and then like yeah, the rest is history. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna be doing with this aircraft specifically. Maybe I might display this as like a statue, like a I'm not sure if I want to like display this aircraft in the first place. Probably have like a stand so it could just like take off like that, like a small stand to be exact. But hey, at least I have this model, kind of like the oddball of this unboxable, this haul video. And yeah, very interesting model to add to my collection. Of course, I'm not really into like Chinese, excuse me, jeez. Not really as interested into Chinese models, but hey, this is just like the oddball for this haul video. But yeah, thank you Aviation LAS for that model as well. In addition to that, I also got a Cornell Aviation Club sticker from Cornell University in New York. And I do want to thank Sienna for providing me with this sticker. And yeah, a very nice sticker. And yeah, Sienna is a very nice person to talk to during Airliners. And yeah, nothing much on Cornell. I'm not from New York. Well, she's gonna be going to New York to like study, but she's from Tulsa, Oklahoma, along with Connor. So really nice sticker right there, and thank you Sienna for the sticker. And the final model for this haul video is a very special one. I've been wanting to get this model ever since my San Diego trip back in March of this year, and this model is kind of like somewhat new to me. It's like a 1-200 model regional jet, and yeah, I'm just super excited to have another airline of this aircraft right here. And yeah, I got it on day 2 of the collectible show. And I'm not sure if it was like the last one. Probably it was the last one, but I ended up getting a model that's gonna be very sentimental for me for many days to come. Well, to be exact, for many years to come. That's what I meant to say, but yeah, many years to come. And that is gonna be the Gemini 200 1/200 scale, if I can try to like get the tape out. Come on. But yes, it is a Gemini 200 1/200 scale model, and that is the, come on, get out of there. There we go. The Gemini 200 Alaska Airlines Embraer E175, operated by SkyWest Airlines. Super excited to have this model. Of course, I did flew on this aircraft, and yeah, very fun flight with the Alaska E175 from Sacramento to San Diego and San Diego to Sacramento. Of course, I had a San Diego day trip, and yeah, it was overall fun, and I get to fly on this aircraft, and yeah, the E175 experience for Alaska was very fun, and I posted those 2 trip reports, or flight reports in this case, so you can check them out. And yeah, nice trip reports, and yeah, very nice that I created those trip reports in the first place. So, let's get started with the box review. You got the Gemini 200 logo right there, you got the Alaska Airlines logo right there, you got the CGI image of the aircraft, Embraer E175 tiles right there. Of course, the Gemini 200 box is very nice. It's like a black box with all these like gold reflectance, which is very cool. 1/200 scale die-cast smaller aircraft. Item number is G2 ASA 1041. Moving on to the sides, you got the Gemini 200 logo right there. You got the aircraft right there, and all the other stuff right there. And on the back side, of course, you got the as real as it gets features right there. Of course, it is as real as it gets because it's a 1/200 model. As real as it gets. I think I mispronounced it, but yeah, as real as it gets right there. GeminiJets social media pages right there. You got the Alaska Airlines copyright label right there. And then you got the 2022 GeminiJets copyright label right there. So, I'm super excited to have this model, and yeah, a very sentimental model for my trip to San Diego this year. And this is the aircraft that will represent it all. So, super excited to unbox this. Alright, here we go everybody. Rounding off the Airliners 2023 haul with this model plane right there. So, as you can see, this is like how you open it. It's like there's like a snap thing, so you just like place this and then it clicks like that, and then when you want to open it, you just open it like that. So as you can see, no description because I don't know why, but hey, you got all these stuff right here. Let's start off with the stand. Of course, not a perfect stand for Gemini 200. It's not as durable. And am I missing like a... Oh, never mind, there it is. It's just buried underneath there. So here's the Gemini 200 stand. Of course, like I said, it's not as perfect as compared to like all the other stands for the wide bodies, but I mean, it's okay. Like, I'll live with it. So here it is right there, looking very nice. And yeah, a nice stand. Kind of somewhat sits up upright, almost, I'm not sure, but hey, let me try to like, come on. Oh boy. But yeah, this is what the Gemini 200 stand for narrow body planes is like. Of course, once again, not much of a durable stand, but I'll take it. And yeah, let's take out the styrofoam right there, and it should reveal the model itself. So here we go. Come on. And there we go. So as I take it out, there it is, the Alaska E175, looking absolutely beautiful. Quite surprised for like a 1/200 regional jet E175. Quite surprised it will be this big, but hey, it's very cool. And as I take her out slowly, wow. Look at this. Wow, this is absolutely nice. And of course, you want to check a little bit. Like, don't want to like hardly pull on the wings. But hey, at least this model is intact. So yeah, for a E175 in 1/200 scale, quite surprised that the model is very big. Well, not as big as like a Boeing 737, but hey, it's a very cool 1/200 model. And as I set her down, come on. There we go. Wow, this is a beauty right there. So there it is, the Alaska E175, operated by SkyWest Airlines in 1/200 scale. Looking absolutely beautiful. And here's the Gemini 200 1/200 scale Alaska Airlines Embraer E175, operated by SkyWest Airlines. Wow, this is a very nice model for my collection, and of course, a very special model since I've flown on this aircraft already during my San Diego day trip. So, really fortunate to now have this model in my collection. So let's get started with the port side, of course. There we go. So you got the cockpit windows right there, and you got the operated by SkyWest tiles right there. Nice and clearly seen, excuse me. You also got some Pitot 2 details right there, and the outline of the radome as well, looking very nice. You also got the 186 Sierra Yankee registration prefix on the nose gear landing gear door, excuse me. Wow, that kind of took a while for me to say it properly. And then you also got the nose landing gear right there. You got your bottom antennas right there, looking very nice. You got the Alaska Airlines tiles right there, along with the One World logo on the L1 boarding door right there. You also got the SkyWest tiles right there also. And then here's your 3D beacon light, looking very nice. And then moving on close to the middle, I want to move this gently. You also got your top front antenna right there. Here are the engines. I think these are like CF34 engines. So here's the CF34 engines right there. It's very detailed. You also got the chevrons and the exhaust area over there, looking very nice. And yeah, this 1-200 E175 is very well detailed. And of course you got your engine pylon right there. There's your main landing gear right there as well. Moving on to the middle section of the aircraft. And here it is right there. So here is the winglet right there, looking very nice. And of course it's got the extension piece, which is very detailed as well. And here is like the other antenna right there. Let me look at some wing detail now. Let me see what I can do. Here, I could try moving my camera and then I try to do a wing detail right there. There we go. So let's see how I can work with this. So alright, here we go. So no emergency exit on this aircraft right there. You got your slat detail right there as well. And is that like yeah, there was something on there, so I had to remove that. You also got your cold soak fuel frost right there, looking very nice. You got some ground spoilers and flight spoiler detail right there. You got your fairings right there and flap detail, the leading edge are the slats and the trailing edge are the flaps. You also got some landing light detail as well, which is very nice. And of course, you also got some details on this I think these are panels on the aircraft's belly, which is pretty cool right there. And of course, you also got your aileron detail right there. Look very nice. Very cool for a 1-200 model like this. And I was on C14 Alpha, so that would be this area right here. I was close to all the functioning flaps, close to the back, the back of the wing. So this would be my seat right there, 14 Alpha. So I was on that was doing my Sacramento to San Diego flight. I was on seat 14 Alpha, so I was right here. Okay, so moving on at the back side. Here's that extension piece. This is not antenna. That's not an antenna, but that's part of the airplane. And then here's your back antenna right there. You also got the US flag right there, and of course you got the amazing livery for the Alaska Airlines current livery. You got the green, blue, and different shades of blue, and then it transfers into transitions into a navy blue, excuse me. And here's the L2 door right there. And of course you got the aircraft registration, which is November 186 Sierra Yankee. And I do have the 1-400 counterpart of this aircraft, so very nice to also have this in 1-400 and 1-200. Alright, so now moving on to the empennage, you got some amazing detail of the elevator trims right there. So you can see all the numbers of the trims right there, which is very cool. You also got the APU right there and the horizontal stabilizers as well. And Chester himself, the Alaska Airlines Eskimo, looking very nice. And of course it's very nicely printed on this model, which is very nice. And let me see if I can maneuver this aircraft. And before I move on to the starboard side, look at the engine detail on that. Wow, this is very nice. Even better than just the 1-400. Of course, this is a 1-200 model, so there's more detailing for a 1-200 model right there. Alright, so now as I move on to the starboard side, kind of slanted down a little bit. Of course, it's how I position the stand. So, of course, you got your R doors right there. And here's the forward cargo bin right there. And the aft cargo bin should be right there. And for my flight back to Sacramento, I was on 20 Delta. So, it's all the way at the very back. So, it would be this window right here. I was seated close to the very back of the plane. But hey, it's kind of the same thing, except it's just different positions. And let me give you guys a top view of this aircraft if I can try with the stand on. There we go. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking very nice. Of course, you got some nice details right there. Moving on to the bottom section of the aircraft. Of course, that's where the stand hole is. So as you can see here, this is where the stand hole would go. And yeah, of course, with this stand, it's not as durable. Of course, you got your bottom beacon light right there, which is very nice. Of course, you got all these amazing details, and I have a feeling there's like a, how about this? This is some other detail as well. So there's like a cut area on this area. So there's like a groove area, which is very cool. Another nice detail from there. You also got the GeminiJets logo right there. If I can try to like focus it. There we go. So here's the GeminiJets logo right there. Looking very nice. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft. Come on. There we go. So here's the front section of the aircraft. Of course, with nice ground flex configuration on the wings. And then moving on to the back side, as well as straight and level, well, somewhat straight and level horizontal stabilizers. So yeah, what a way to round off this Airliners haul video with this aircraft. And yeah, really nice to now have this 1-200 Alaska E-175 in my collection. Of course, I'm gonna be getting 1-200 American A321s later, but yeah, hopefully I can find a good deal, or if GeminiJets does a re-release on that, that would be great. But for now, I'm really glad to have this 1-200 Alaska E-175 to represent my San Diego day trip. So yeah, very nice model indeed, and Gemini 200 never fails. So that's it for this haul video. Well, of course, it was a long video, but that's it for the haul video. So I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting all my haul areas from Airliners 2023 in this table right here, and then we're going to conclude this video. So without further ado, excuse me. I do apologize, guys. I kind of like messed up on like talking right there. But without further ado, let's go into the outro portion of this video. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot to show you guys my lanyard that I was using during the convention. So here it is, my lanyard during the Airliners 2023 convention. So as you can see, it's by airwaymagazine.com, and as you can see, here it is. So of course it has my name on it, and it also has the Airliners International 2023 logo right there, looking very nice. In fact, not pretty much. And I ended up strapping this remove before flight, this remove before flight keychain right there, and this is by West Coast Diecast. So Dan, I think his name was Dan. He provided me like a remove before flight keychain like the day before the collectible show, and yeah, very nice guy to talk to, and yeah, very nice people to talk to during the convention as well. So yeah, that's my lanyard. Now let's move on to the conclusion part of this video. And here are all the items in today's haul video from the Airliners International 2023 convention. Oh my god. This is like a lot of items right there, and it literally just like filled my entire table. Like, you see all this like cards right there, like at the left, they're pretty much close to falling. That's how much items I have. And for like a small table like this, I did not include everything because like I think this is just too much. Because like this is so cool. Anyway, so let's have like a full assessment on all these items. So as I zoom in the camera, apologies if the camera quality, like the audio quality change. Well, here, let me like give like a full assessment on like, let me like zoom in a little more so we can have a better view and clearer view of these items right here. So let me transition into that. And there we go. So hopefully the quality on the audio is a lot better. And yeah, let's get a full assessment on all these items. So we got my safety cars right there, United and Delta right there. Of course, Connell Aviation Club, thank you Sienna for the sticker. You also got Photo Enrichment's photography right there, that's their card. And the Braniff International coupon code right there. And there's my ANA, the business class and all the first class right there. That's the booklet right there. Here's the DG Pilot flyer right there, looking pretty nice. Moving on downwards, I also got all these like business cards right there from Tex and Airplane Store, Flyman Models, and Ming Lee and Associates. Very nice. Moving on downwards, I also got my Airliners of South and Southeast Asia book right there. I'm gonna be like reading that a little bit more. And as I go a little bit downwards right there, you got my, well, I got my flyers for the Airliners 2023 convention and the San Francisco Day Collectible Show on 2020, San Francisco Day Collectible Show, 37th Annual San Francisco Collectible Show and Sale, September 23rd of 2023. I also got my Jet Tip baggage tag right there, and my Airliners 2023 sticker right there as well. Moving on to some timetables, there's my two Empire timetables right there, and my 2 United timetables, 1982 and 1975 right there. Here are some postcards that I ended up getting. Of course, I choose the perfect postcards. The Delta 737-200 and the United 737-200 Sawbass and the United 747-100. Oh no, that's not 100, that's a 200. So very nice right there. Here's my lanyard right there, of course, my nice lanyard. And here's the 777 photo, the poster card right there. Once again, thank you AS Aviation for this amazing poster. Next up, I also have the Aviation LAS photos right there. Once again, thank you so much Aviation LAS for these sweet drawings. And yeah, you're very nice at drawing airplanes right there, so very nice. Here's a flight operations guide for Airliners International 2023 right there, looking pretty nice as well. Here are all my magnets as well. You got the United Airlines and the SFO sectional charts and SFO map right there. ANA and Delta Airlines as well. Moving on to some rectangular stickers, the longer ones. Of course, my United 787, ANA 777, Philippines 777, and California one as well. Don't forget the Evo Blue Max 8 right there. And anything else? Well, that's pretty much it for all the memorabilia stuff. So I went through all of this. Now let's go over the models. So the models are pretty nice. Of course, with my Delta 737-200 in the original widget livery from Aero Classics, looking very nice. One of my favorite models from them. Next up, we have this United Airlines DC-8 in the Sawbass livery, looking very nice as well. Next up, of course, this was also from Aviation LAS. It's a broken Hainan 737-300. Of course, I'm not sure what to do with this model, but hey, I mean, it's just an oddball for this haul video right there. And of course, for SMF Aviation, not SMF Aviation, but for SMF Spotting, is this ANA 777-200DR in the Demon Slayer livery. So, hope you're enjoying that model, and yeah, if you ever receive it or see me, and yeah, you can thank me for that. Next up, we have the beautiful Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400. What a model that is, and I'm just very super fortunate to have the childhood aircraft in my collection in 1/400 scale. Wow, that is just like a unit. What a unit she is. That is beautiful. Next up, also from Aviation LAS. So here it is. This is the Gemini 250 American Airlines MD-82. And yeah, a very nice model in this scale. And yeah, once again, thank you Aviation LAS for this model right here. And overall, it should be pretty nice for my collection. And to round it all off, we have the Gemini 200 Alaska Airlines Embraer E175. And yeah, a nice model to represent my San Diego day trips. So yeah, other than that, that is just pretty much it for this video. So overall, amazing haul video for you guys. And yeah, wasn't expecting to get this much models during Airliners 2023 in Dallas. Of course, this was my first convention, and hey, at least I had fun with it. And overall, can't wait to attend next year's Airliners convention in 2024 in Kansas City. Make sure you get your reservations for the hotel, the Hilton Hotel right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going there. I haven't made a formal announcement. I was partnered with Aviation LAS for that video about Airlines 2024. But other than that, I might see, I think I might attend Airliners 2024 next year in Kansas City. Once again, it's from the 26th to the 29th. And yeah, hopefully I can see you there. And if ever I make a formal announcement if I'm going to be going or not, then you should expect that coming in in the next couple of months. It's going to take a long time, let's just say that. But other than that, all these models from Airliners 2023 are good for my collection, and I can't wait to look through all these aviation memorabilia so I can learn much of the history of aviation in America, of course, and internationally, Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, and all that stuff. But other than that, this is a very nice haul video, and I can't wait to do more haul videos from Airliners in the near future. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And don't forget to check out all my other Airliners 2023 content by clicking on that playlist, so you can check out all my Airliners content that I do on this channel. And don't forget to check out the Airliners 2023 community tab. And yeah, a lot of videos from Airliners 2023, and hopefully you guys watch all the other videos, including my videos that are included in that playlist. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.